I developed a tendency to overthink at a young age. And when I got into college, I was hit with many things. But I was mainly overwhelmed by the pressure to keep up with the grades and the pressure to make friends. Sometimes, a few aspects of those things were still manageable, but some of them just hit me to the point where I became super depressed and started overthinking things. Being isolated wasn't really a big deal back then because I could still live without friends, but it started one time when I went to bed early and one of my roommates talked to the other roommate, criticizing my habit of sleep talking without realizing that I had already woken up and pretty much overheard their conversation. And they were also talking about how idiotic I was for talking to myself. I have thought about why doesn't people want to make friends? And it turns out that people were already in their own circles. It wasn't exactly something that I was overthinking at the time, but it was definitely something that I was overthinking about later on. Back then, only my Chinese and English grades were fine. I mean, I can still grasp math, but I was pretty much failing all of my assigned subjects. And that was when I started doubting myself for choosing the science division. When I was overthinking about my choices back then, I started texting my old friends and the people I used to know to re-socialize with them again and to feel a little something. Most of them did respond, but, well, some just didn't even bother at all. And of course, I simply thought that everyone was busy at the time. I did get a friend after a while, but that friendship didn't even last for more than 5 months at all, which kind of made me start overthinking that no one was going to be friends with a loser like me. So at that point, even after applying for a work permit and getting a part-time job, I didn't even try making new friends at my workplace at all. And I just kept turning down my coworkers even if it meant that the bond won't be as deep. I also started questioning myself on whether I really made the right choices, whether I really chose the right division, and whether I was really socializing with the right people. Back then, there were 3 divisions, and since staying in Division 2 wouldn't get me anywhere, and I also assumed that I won't be able to make any good friends, I kind of gave up on both of them and just didn't bother at all. Sometime later, rather than just gaming and watching movies, I started listening to more music, and I started thinking about many things. What if I did something different back then? What if bonds never break? What if things never change? I mean, just imagine a place where you would always wake up with light falling softly on your face, go to places that are always peaceful, and meet the same people that never age. A song named Spellbound by Ha Vay can easily capture that feeling. The feeling of time never moving, the feeling of bonds never breaking, and endless summers that never end. And on paper, it's a beautiful dream, a safe and timeless dream. But once I came back to my senses, it felt suffocating to the point where I became super depressed for quite a while until I was able to recover from it. Originally, I wasn't expecting to recover from it, but I simply just did the same things that I used to do. I started gaming and watching movies again. Speaking of movies, Movie titles that made me recover from things like this were What's Eating Gilbert Grape and Dead Poets Society. What's Eating Gilbert Grape reminded me that even in isolation, connection matters, and Dead Poets Society taught me that life isn't about suffocating under expectations, but about finding joy in the moments that make you feel alive. Talking to people worked too, because when I opened up to a friend about it, he reminded me that not everyone acts this way. He said, even if I don't want lifelong friends, I should at least get a few temporary ones to help me navigate through life. Hashing it out made me feel better as well, and it also made me realize that I wasn't scared of being alone. I was just scared of being lonely. I also realized that there are always solutions to problems. If I can't get someone to be my friend, I can just find someone else. And if I'm struggling in Division 2, which is the Science Division, I could just switch over to Division 1, which is the Arts and Humanities Division. I mean, I still need to learn math, but at least physics and chemistry would be replaced with geography, history, and constitution. This might be a rough ending, but that's pretty much how overthinking backfired on me in college, and how I found my way to recover from it. There will be more difficulties for me to face in the future, but I will try my best to do better.